Who is Yoshinobu Yamamoto, and why does practically every Major League Baseball team want to sign him? Is he overrated, or will his success in Japan translate across the Pacific? Let's start with who could use him. The easy answer is everyone. There isn't a team that wouldn't sign him if they could just afford him. Let's say he only wanted to play for your team at a cost of $100 million for 7 years. I think even the Pirates and A's would jump at that, even if they weren't allowed to trade him. Obviously, the problem is that he's likely going to command upwards of $300 million plus posting fees that will go to his former team, the Orix Buffalos. The total cost should more than triple the $111 million total the Texas Rangers paid for Yu Darvish in 2012. Everyone wants Yamamoto, but only a few, and ultimately one team will be able to afford him. Not only are the New York Mets the team with the deepest pockets, but they're also showing Yamamoto how much he's wanted, as owner Stephen Cohen recently flew to Japan personally to woo Yamamoto. Respect, honor, humility, these are all values that Japanese people very deeply care about, and sometimes even more than money if a certain amount of money is going to be there anyways. Unless we hear about Magic Johnson flying out to Japan in the near future, the Mets have to be the clear favorites to sign Yamamoto. But will it be worth paying over $300 million for a guy who's unproven against major league hitters, when you could probably just sign reigning double Cy Young winner Blake Snell for cheaper? Seriously, does that make any sense at all? Snell just won the Cy Young, and he's won it before with the Rays back in 2018, so it's not like it was a fluke like R.A. Dickey or Rick Porcello. The biggest difference between Snell and Yamamoto is age. Yamamoto is only 25 years old, while Snell is now 31. And even though Snell won the Cy Young, he also led the majors in walks, so he can be seen as a guy who sometimes barely avoids disaster after disaster, and who knows when the disaster finally does strike. Yamamoto, on the other hand, has pristine control. Just 28 walks allowed in 164 innings compared to Snell's 99 in 180 innings. But Yamamoto is about so much more than just control. He has won the Japanese version of the Cy Young Award in 3 straight years, meaning he's done that in his age 23, 24, and 25 seasons. The last Major League pitcher to win 3 straight Cy Youngs were Randy Johnson and Greg Maddux, who each actually won 4 straight. But they won their 3rd Cy Youngs in their age 38 and 28 seasons, respectively. The fact that Yamamoto has been this dominant, this young, is what has MLB teams salivating. The closest comparison of accomplishment by age would actually be Clayton Kershaw, who won 3 Cy Youngs in 4 years, his last coming at the age of 25. But the difference is, Kershaw never reached free agency at that point of his career. With Yamamoto, imagine what Kershaw would have received from the highest bidder at that time, and then add inflation to that, plus a Mets owner willing to outbid everyone to get his guy. But wait a minute. Kershaw did all that in the majors, whereas Yamamoto did all that against lesser competition in Japan. Absolutely true. There absolutely is validity in that. And perhaps if that version of 25-year-old Kershaw were hitting free agency right now, maybe he'd command even more money. I think it's safe to say that he would and should. But that's not to say Yamamoto won't be worth every dollar spent on him. And remember, Yamamoto is the 3-time defending Sawamura Award winner given to the top pitcher in Japan. You know who has never won a Sawamura Award? Kodai Senga, who just last year finished second in Rookie of the Year voting to Corbin Carroll. And that's another reason, as big as any, to pay the guy. The Mets spent over $800 million on free agents last offseason, signing Justin Verlander, Brandon Nimmo, Edwin Diaz, Jose Quintana, among others. Kodai Senga was easily the best value at $75 million over 5 years. And note, Senga is 5 years older than Yamamoto. So Yamamoto will have plenty of time to adjust or develop more or improve if he doesn't get off to the best start. Or he'll have time to level up to an even higher tier if he comes over and blows everyone away immediately. And that's why he's the most sought-after pitcher this offseason. Remember to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you crave, desire, need more insight to Major League Baseball.